Hi guys, it's Hayley Bartlett, your Aussie agent with Sell State Peak Realty. And this is my new Wednesday series, and I did just record one and then delete it because things happened, like my son's phone rang and all kinds of stuff went on. So I'm back with these tips again. So this is our new What You Need to Know Wednesday series, and we're going to start with buyers. And then I'm going to do a Friday series which will focus on sellers. So if you're looking to sell your home, come back on Friday. If you're looking to buy, then I'm going to help you out with a couple of tips today. Now what I'm going to do over the next few weeks is go over my home buyer cheat sheet. I give this to all my clients, and I give it to people that I do my buyer consultations with. And what it does, it goes through the buying process so that there's no surprises. You know when money's going to be expected during the process. And it tackles things that come up all the time with my buyers. So I don't like surprises. I don't necessarily like my buyers to have surprises. It is probably going to happen during the home buying process at some point. But if I can head off as many of those surprises as possible, then that's what I'm going to do. And that's why I came up with my home buyer cheat sheet. So we are going to talk about that today, starting with getting your finances in order. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you buy a home is get your finances in order. Sometimes there's things we don't know about in our financial history. Maybe we forgot that we didn't pay that bill, or maybe we moved and we never actually got that response that bill was due, or we don't know we have a debt collector after us, or maybe we decided to push off our debts thinking that we'll just keep pushing them back and we'll deal with them later down the track. Well, it kind of comes to bite you in the bum when you go to buy a house, because if you have a debt collector after you, or you have outstanding debts that need to be paid, then those things are likely going to need to be done before you buy a home. So you're going to want to know what is going on in your credit history. You're going to want to know your credit score, and sometimes you look that up on the computer on one of the free sites, and your credit score is way different to what it comes in as when your credit gets run for a mortgage. So you really need to talk to a lender or a professional and have that done. They're going to pull your credit, and they're going to be able to tell you if things need to be fixed, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be done in order to buy a house. Now look, most of us have stuff in our history that has to do with our credit. Don't feel bad about it. It happens. Sometimes it happens to the best of us. Sometimes we have foreclosures. Sometimes we have bankruptcies. We need to know what we need to do to deal with those things before we can get a mortgage. And that's why you want to talk to a really good lender that's going to help you with that. And then once they do pull your credit, and if there are issues, they can give you suggestions for those issues to help clear them up so that you're ready to buy a house, and so you are in the best situation you can be in, so that you're getting the best interest rate you can get, and you're getting the best loan product you can get. Because sometimes if you have like a whole lot of debt and you are really desperate to buy a house, then you're going to have to bring more money to the table, or you're going to have to put up with a higher interest rate. So you want to get those things dealt with before you even go out and start looking at homes, even before you go to open houses. Because look, what happens is you'll go to an open house, you'll fall in love with that house, and then you might try and go and get that credit run to find out that you have a few months of repairing that you need to do, and that house is going to get sold in the meantime. So this is the number one thing you want to do before you start your home purchase. The second thing, and maybe you do this in reverse order, and that's okay. The second thing is finding a realtor. And you might want to do that in reverse order, because realtors like me do have contacts with people that can help you, and we can point you in the right direction. The other thing I wanted to say about the money issue is maybe you just need to save a little more before you can buy a house, and maybe you need to pay down some debts. And I actually posted a video from Kristen Judd on my page about 20 minutes ago, and she was giving some really good tips on how to do that. So how to pay down your debt and how to save some money. So go back and watch that as well. And maybe that's something that you need to do before you can go out and buy a home. So then you want to find your realtor. Here's some tips for finding a good realtor. You could just use me, that would help. Or here's some tips to look for. Number one, you want a good communicator. And for so many reasons. I mean, these people are going to be your go-to for the next maybe 3 to 4 months. Maybe you get a house under contract really quickly, but sometimes it takes longer. And you're going to be talking with these people for that period of time. So you want somebody that is a good communicator. They also need to be able to communicate with the realtor on the other side. So once you go under contract or once you start submitting offers, you want them to be able to communicate well with that other realtor. You want them to maybe have a little bit of a happy demeanor, to maybe be a little outgoing and easy to talk to, because that's going to help. That's going to help them relate well to the other realtor. Sometimes as a realtor, when you get a call from somebody that's really aggressive straight out the bat, or that's really kind of rough and thinks they're just going to like step all over you the whole time, you kind of and you take a step back. So you want somebody that can communicate well. You want somebody that has some kind of education process. And I do buyer consults. I use my cheat sheet. We go over the buying process. You don't want a realtor that just says, okay, let's go buy a house, and takes you out, and you don't know what's going on throughout the process. The more you know up front, the easier that buying process is going to be. So you want somebody that's going to be able to help educate you in the beginning and throughout the process. So that's super important when you're looking for a realtor. The other thing is somebody that knows the area you're looking in. If you are looking here, like in the North Denver area, and you hire an agent from Colorado Springs, they're not going to know anything. They're not going to know the neighborhoods. They don't live here. They don't shop here. They don't, they're not in the community here, and they're not adding value to the community here. They live in Colorado Springs, so they know that area really well. But they're not going to know Thornton, Westminster, Broomfield, down to Longmont. They're probably not going to know a whole lot about that. So you want somebody that is active in the area you're looking in. And I'll tell clients, if they are looking in Colorado Springs, I'm not the right person because I don't know those neighborhoods. But hey, I know someone in Colorado Springs that can help you. So you want someone that's going to be, number one, honest and upfront about that, but you also want to know, you want somebody that knows the area you're looking in. It's super important, especially if you're looking for a certain type of neighborhood or a certain type of community to live in. So those are my 3 things I would look for. Number one, a good communicator, and maybe somebody that's a little happy and peppy. You're going to work with this person for a while, so you don't want them being a grump when you're out looking at houses and things. Number 2, somebody that's going to give you some education before you go out and buy a home. And number 3, somebody that knows the area that you're looking in. So those are the 2 things we tackled today. Finances, and remember, if you need help with that, you want to know where you're at, or you need some assistance in knowing what you need to do to get to the point where you can buy a house, I can put you in contact with somebody. Number 2, finding the right realtor. And of course, you can call me anytime. You can ask me questions. You can leave me a message here, and I will leave my email address at the bottom of this Facebook Live, and I am happy to help answer any questions. If you are looking for a house and you think I might be a good fit, I'd be happy to chat with you. And if you're looking for a copy of my buyer cheat sheet, I'd be happy to pass that along to just shoot me a message with your email. Okay, I hope you are all having a fabulous Wednesday. It's hump day and we're nearly there. We're nearly over that hump. So have a great day, guys, and let's chat again soon. I'll see you next Wednesday for What's Up Wednesday, or Friday if you're looking for some seller tips. See ya.